rice, you name it. So a lot of our healing foods that are out there are foods that are usually either bitter, pungent, sour, of that nature. Your face, you're like.
I don't even know what noni is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a tropical fruit. It grows. You'll see it grow along seawater, and it has a naturally salt taste. You can taste the sea mineral water, but what I have is not like you go to the market and you see like the Tahitian noni and these other things. And really, well, first of all, they've been pasteurized. Number two, and then they mix it, or basically, well, they add grape juice and things like that to make it taste, again, to your sweet taste buds. But really, those things are just, like I call that great noni flavored grape juice. So those things are not as beneficial. And what I like to do is just add a little noni to either my coconut water or to some fresh citrus juice. So we'll probably do something like that for Tuesday. And then one thing also I want to feature is green juice. We usually do the green juice on the first day and the last day along with the milk. But I'm thinking of, I may even substitute the green juice for the fruit juice. We get in the coconut water, so you have that. But the green juice, having green juice, we can't get enough green. I mean, even when you look outside and we're in Washington D.C., you see green, and when you go into more, rural and tropical healing environments, you are surrounded by green, and what you're surrounded by is oxygen. Okay, and and even in terms of eating green foods, green juices, I believe, I'm of the opinion that you cannot have too much green juices, green foods in your body. Certainly, our digestive systems have weakened, so having greens in a juice form is very, very beneficial. So they help build up our stomach acid, the hydrochloric acid, and therefore get our digestive fire stronger. So, and really, this whole process is assisting in getting our digestion stronger. Anytime you work out a lot, I mean, in order for you to reap the benefits of that, you have to rest. You have to sleep, number one, and then you have to, maybe take a day off. It's like, okay, that day off. So this is a day off from the food. And a lot of our foods are sugar dominated. Again, even if it's salty, it's still sweet, because of its makeup. So green juices, green juices is very popular. So we'll look at that because typically Wednesday and Thursday is just coconut water. So we're going into the valley of our fast where we're like, okay, and there's a difference, in terms of not having those other juices to kind of lean on. So you have the coconut water. So you're like, okay, I'm really fasting now. So we're going to do at least one day of the coconut water. I'm gonna see. The last two fasts, unfortunately, we weren't able to have the fresh coconuts, but this time around, we've been blessed by the coconut gods. Coconut, yes, coconut is a god. There is a god, a coconut god.
Yes.
I believe that. So, so we have coconuts, and so because a few of our brethren, they prefer the I have also get the fresh frozen, which is bottled. There's a company in Jamaica that bottles it, and there's a company in Brazil. But the fresh is best, of course, always. So we'll have at least one day of coconut water, just coconut water. Depending on my supply, we'll see if we can do 2 days. But then we'll come off, or by Friday, we'll have either fruit or vegetable juice, and then Saturday you'll have your milk. Be rewarded for sticking it through the entire week. To enjoy as your dinner juice. Your milk you'll have tomorrow as your lunch, and then on Saturday you'll have that as your dinner, and then on Sunday we'll meet here again for lunch. Let's say 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. I have to actually not this weekend of course, but the weekend following that, I'm going to be in Arizona for the Royal Spirit Festival, and I'm going to be driving, so I'm leaving that day. So Sunday, next Sunday. Yeah. So after this will be my final thing. Before my journey. So I'm going to be driving. I'm eagerly anticipating. This last week has been busy, and I'm preparing while we're doing this. It'll be great because I'm going to be fasting too, and when I'm fasting, I'm able to get so much more done, and so it's really just right in tune with what I'm doing in terms of what I need to get done and preparing for the week as I go out there. So yeah, we'll meet at 11. Now what we'll do really quickly is have everyone introduce themselves. I know Ayana and my friend has to go. Rosalind? Yeah. Rosalind, see, when you did the fast, like 8 years ago? She did the very first one. Yeah, she did the very first one. That was in April 2006 or 2005 or something. I think it was 2006. Yeah, it was 2006. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, see, this is the 5th year. Yeah, she did. Okay. So she's still a veteran. In fact, yeah, she did the first one, and she had actually. I have one of your testimonials on my website. Oh yeah. Yeah, because there was so many great testimonials that came in. I just decided to document them and put them on the website. So if you go on my website, you can read her testimony along with many others. So we'll start with Rosa.
So I'm Rosa, returning. It's been 2 years, if it expired.
Okay.
Fasting is really good, so glad to be back. I happened to be over at Yana this evening. She said, "Oh, after I'm going to Khepra." I said, "For what?" She said, "Fast." That's how I was going to do my own fast starting tomorrow, but I wasn't really prepared with the food. So when I heard Khepra is having one, thing is I don't check my email as much anymore. I'm so busy, and that's why I miss out on these opportunities. I listen to Help Yana. So it's nice to be there.
Hello, my name's Ayana. I've done some of Khepra's fast, and I love them. So it's time. The season's come. Looking forward to it. I love what it does and how it helps me. So.
April, this is my second fast. I did one in June. Really loved it. Had a lot of energy. So the important thing that I learned from the last fast is what to do after. So that's the big piece.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, what to do after.
Next Sunday.
So it was really good. A lot of energy. Really good fast.
I'm Megan, and this is, I don't know how many fasts, but it's been over a year. It's been maybe 6 or maybe the 7, 6 or 7.
Yeah, I do this 6 times a year. So in addition to the change of seasons, the one in December I think will be actually the week that goes into New Year's. So it won't actually be on the solstice. It will actually be it'll start like the 25th or the 26th, whatever that Sunday is, and it'll go right into. So this will be a time for all you people that want to do something healing versus going to the New Year's parties and the families and all that kind of stuff. It's like, because that's what we do. We really damage ourselves year after year after year doing those things, office parties and all that stuff. Oh man, it's.
Yeah, last year I went to Puerto Rico for the fast there, and that was over Christmas and New Year's, and It was phenomenal. I mean, just to be able to spend the day with everybody in the fast as well was helpful, because during this fast, we're all working during the week. We don't really get to interact, but that was a nice kind of healing thing to talk about what was going on with us as it was progressing. And plus, Khepra and Sky Davis, who's now living down in Puerto Rico, were making the food. So we got the benefit of learning some things about what to do after the fast. And then, I also asked Khepra to cater my birthday in May, and it was a great experience because I invited people, who really knew nothing about raw food, never mind even vegetarian. I mean, so one person even brought hot dogs as their but nobody ate the hot dogs. And people were just amazed by the food. And for myself, the fast I try to do it at least 4 times a year. And as Khepra was saying, the 3 months leading up to it always come out in the fast. So every time has been really different for me. I can't say that I have a similar experience each time. But one thing that is similar is that each time I feel like it's physical, of course, but there's a big spiritual element to fasting for me, and each time I grow more spiritually.
So.
My name is Tracy, and I don't know never done this before. I don't know anything not much about vegan eating at all. My sister-in-law invited me here, so I'm just learning as I go, and that's about it. And I'm trying really, because I have a son that has sickle cell anemia, and I think he would benefit. He wouldn't come here, but the things that maybe I can learn, I can pass on to him, and maybe it'd be helpful for him. So, I want to give it a try.
I'm Diane Collins, and my 51st birthday is this coming Friday. So I'm doing this, some of you heard this earlier, I'm doing this as a birthday present to myself and part of a transformation. So Megan, I appreciate what you said about the spiritual element, because on my own, I go to church and everything. I watched church online today. It had a message, it kind of fit. I can't remember exactly what the title was, so I'm not going to try to think of it. But it sort of went along with starting this evening, I felt like. So that was perfect. And I also mentioned I had a vice or two that I'm trying to work through. That's part of the transformation. So instead of going to a rehab or some kind of smoke enders or whatever, I thought I would do this. So that's why I'm here, and I know that it's going to work out good for me.
Hi, I'm Astrid. This is my second fast. I was here 2 years ago. We did the December one. It was a New Year's fast, and I do see some familiar faces. And it was a great experience for me. I didn't think I would get through the week just drinking juice. I really didn't. And doing yoga on top of it. But I remember one day coming in, and we were doing yoga, and I felt stronger. And I hadn't eaten anything. I was really happy for the pulp that you did put in some of the juice. Other than pulp, I didn't have anything to eat, and I had more energy than I had in a really long time. And so that started a chain reaction, and it's been a good couple of years. I learned a lot, but as the years go by, you start to, desensitize to certain things, and the cravings come back, and it's time to come back and do it again. So that's why I'm here.
Hi there. I'm Leonie Kilkenny. I was introduced to you, Khepra, by Tracy McCorvey from her book.
Right.
Yes, By Any Means Necessary.
Yeah, y'all have that book, By Any Means
You must have that. That's a wonderful
Yeah.
book. And I came to see you, and I feel the need to get busy and make some commitments to health and cleanliness and spiritual upliftment. I'll be 65 in a couple of weeks, and I'm having a new great-grandson on my birthday.
All right.